Hello, everyone. How's it going today? Casa being here for all things and purposes. Let's see here. I need to probably rethink this. Let me see if I can do this in such a way where this is the main thing. Oops, I'm supposed to be sitting. What happened here? I sit. Oh, I guess that's what's happening. Yeah, hold on. Hold on here. No, there's just no way. There's just no way. I have to be up front. There's just no other way. Okay. So, what's up, guys? Casa here, your virtual VTuber for variety streaming. Today, we're going to be doing some more journaling and building. I got a little more insight from my mother on how she prepares our Japanese curry. A lot of that stuff, however, as far as the curry mix, comes at the end and usually can depend on the roux style of curry, or it's like cubed, or it's like pre-done, and you just heat it up and join it with the rest of your vegetables and such. And apparently, we stopped using potatoes at some point, and we kind of do some starch and stuff. I'm gonna write that down a little bit later because I didn't prepare it this time, but see if we can get things set up for the kit. Alrighty then. V2 Heal, PlayStation 8 projects, see me updates. This is what we do once in a while. We got that, and we talked about how this setup actually is pretty nice as we got going here. I'll go ahead and move on to the side. Also, I notice I cut out still a little bit down now and then, so I'll try to project a little bit more. I just tend to get a little shy about projecting because my window has to be cracked open when we do these things. Rearranged my PC too, where it's kind of sideways rather than have to shift left to right. That way I can sort of get things going here and there. I'll try to move these things off whenever possible so that way we can move up, and then we have this all ready. I have to go get my gloves from the bathroom. I realized I did not do that. Okay. See if I can sort of back this up even more. All right. Let me see if I can actually drag this as much as I can down so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Right. And do I got any scratch paper, or do I just go ahead and do things? All right, we'll go ahead and do things. Let's see here. Can't use that. We'll use this. Okay. There we go. All right. We got some Gundam music for today's music selection as well. We're going to test this on the Brave thing. Audio output capture. And it's not on track 2. Hopefully that doesn't record on the VOD. That should be good too. All right. Sweet. All right. What should we write about today? We write about collabs, playing for gacha strategies, too many games, maybe like game balancing again. Let's call it 420. Happy 420, guys, and happy Easter to those who celebrate it as well. I don't know if anyone went egg hunting. I don't do it because I feel like it's something I grew out of. Plus, eggs these days are expensive. Apparently, there's like artificial rubber eggs you can actually still use for like dipping if you want to color them too, which is kind of neat. Let's see here. We all correct on our stream title, by the way. The Journalin and Mercurius, Sunday, Makers and Crafting. Apparently, miniatures and models is now a proper category for like model kit users as well. Let's see here. Today's plan. To be talking about game balancing. Game games are so fun to play, but when you're juggling several games, they start to feel like chores. Instead of something fun to play. I play on average about 4 gotcha games actively, but also add on new games once in a while. Okay. This piles on my dailies a lot of daily, a lot of, call them quests, just so it's easier to understand. A lot of dailies. Oh, I said a lot of dailies. A lot of dailies. This piles on a lot of dailies to get through. And bogs me down so much that I don't have a lot of free time, a lot of time to set aside, focus on events for any one game. Gotcha games are not only one set of games, are not only for me to play. No, not for me to play. Not. Let me redo this. Not only one set of games that I play is what I meant to say. I gotta find out where I set aside that correction fluid. So not only one set of games. But I also gotcha games are not only one set of games that I play, but I also play one MMO. I'm getting a little run on here. I'm trying to figure out what I should say here. Hmm. Hmm. Welcome back from the ads, though, everyone. Okay. Gotcha games are not only one set of games that I play, but I also play other kinds of games as well. I play FF14. Some multiplayer games like Repo. Tarkov, and whatever else I'm in the mood for. Realize that might be out of focus for you guys. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Even if I try to implement my own gotcha strategies for efficient time, implement my own time management skills or time management strategies. I often fall short of getting all the dailies done. I'm gonna adjust the stream title just to be a little bit more clear here. Okay. I plan to re-examine what games I've kept on and start deleting them because I'm not actually coming back to like play them. Even if I try to implement my own time management strategies, I often fall short. This looks like pal short rather than fall short, so I'll go ahead and redo this F here. Okay. Fall short of getting all the dailies done. I plan to re-examine what games I have on my phone. Plan to re-examine what games I have on my phone to see what I no longer play. I can install the ones I don't play anymore. Or how do you say the ones instead of saying I and I, just putting that next to each other. If I'm being too stubborn with some of them, I can budget them into actual appointments for myself. To play at least once a week. There we go. I'll try this for about a week to see how things go. In the future, or rather, as time goes on. No way. Am I out? What? That's crazy. Okay, hold on. Well, that's awkward. Let's see here. I'm gonna be right back, folks. Let's see if I can actually get some more correction tape, and then after I finish this page up, we're gonna switch over to building the Mercurius again, and try to let's see if what we can do about painting the one that's been black underneath. to see if it can get closer to the other pink here, because it's like slightly more violet. I don't know if that has to do with the black paint I did underneath, because at one time, this side, I think I only did black for this bottom part, and color this one just multiple coats of pink. And then this one I did a completely black, and then tried to do like blacking, but I skipped a step where I didn't use any sanding. So now this looks like a deeper pink, almost like almost magenta. We'll try to see if we can continue coating that. It's probably just I don't give them enough time to like cure or something like that, and it causes the black and pink to sort of become darker. But anyways, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some more correction tape. All right, sit tight. Don't go back. Don't go anywhere. Just be right back. Let's see here. All right, we're back. Let's see here. Let me get back to my kit. There we go. How are we doing out there, everyone? Are we doing good? Hopefully we're doing good. The games are so fun to play, but when you're juggling several games at once, they start to feel like chores instead of something fun to play. I play on average about 4 gacha games actively, but I also add on new games once in a while. This piles on a lot of dailies to get through and bogs me down so much that I don't have a lot of time to set aside to focus on events for any one game. Gacha games are not only one set of games that I play, but I also play other kinds of games as well. I play FF14, some multiplayer games like Repo, Tarkov, and whatever else I'm in the mood for. Even if I tried it, let's see here. Even if I think here we go. Even if I try to implement my own time management strategies, I often fall short of getting all the dailies done. Why? I guess I didn't explain. I guess I get tired. I plan to re-examine what games I have on my phone to see what I no longer play. The ones I don't play anymore, I can uninstall. If I'm being stubborn with some of them, I can budget them into actual appointments for myself to play at least once a week. I'll try this for about a week to see how things go. And then we just got the freaking correction tape. That's what we did this for. Let's see here. Oh, that feels a lot smoother for this office. Does that look focused enough for you guys? Hopefully it is. Gotta make sure this is like full screen for you guys. There we go. Actually, that's much better. It's a good thing that I'm full screening this once in a while. Time goes on. There will be new games to play. There will be new games. And other games to drop. See how it goes. All right. Guess that's good for journaling. We've been at this for nearly 16 minutes now. How long have we been live for? Half an hour. Sorry, it's a little bit short, but I want to get to the Gunpla thing. But, nonetheless, I still want to make time for this. I'm gonna pick my mom's brain for like her curry recipe just to see what nuances she has. Because there's still a bunch of food prep and stuff like that that's involved. It's not just the instructions of the curry ones. We usually do the ones from S&B, but like we get this sort of pan or pot, and we kind of like cook a bunch of like yellow onions and um, I guess like margarine and stuff like that, and that is cooking like shrimp and stuff like that, and then whatever meats or chicken we want to do as well. And then finally the curry gets added last, but we'll journal about that a little bit later. So then, for now, your gunpla time. So we go ahead and put that aside, put this aside, start changing the title. All right. So, been working on this for a little while now. Parts here and there that we're doing. Kind of keeping things at the red part, but I almost feel like I want to color it over again. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to like gloss them them in terms of just like shining them down. Let me see here. Well then, let's see if we can continue working on this bit. These little pans there. Oh, I forgot to get my gloves. I'll step aside for that. My little cup of water here, ready to go. What else? Balancers, sanders, bean boozles, Gundam legs. They don't have to. They don't have to be here. Just posterity wise, I can probably set them aside where they're still kind of in view. Oops, been knocked over so many times and be like Kira trying to reprogram this balancers. These are apparently ultra fine polishing. I just don't read sometimes, guys. And I bought something that was meant to be only fine sets. They don't actually have different grits. So it's like, whoops, I guess I will use an initial glass filer after all. Let's see how that. Oh, other ones? See if any one of these are actually empty. No, this one actually has it inside it. I was thinking of buying the one that Yowza has because apparently they all have different types. Yeah, we'll just use the razor ones for now. When we come down to polishing, right? So then, let's see. I believe these are the one. See how close they are, but not quite. There's a bit of a splotchiness, so I'm not sure how to actually smooth this out, other than maybe sanding it down. I could try experimenting with sanding. If they have to actually get down with like 1,000 grit or 10,000 grit. Okay, so I will bring out the ultra fine polishing just to kind of see where that ends up. In which case, we'll bring out this one. Let's try this one. MS41. We'll try. Putting it away and closing it after myself. I know some people will sand something down, but this is kind of a late stage thing to do. If anyone wants to jump in and they're like, no, don't do that, or something like that. At this point, it's more like undoing my work. But by doing this, we can probably try to gloss the paint a little bit. I know there's like glossy paint you can use or like some kind of spray you can do. But I'm just using this no grade Mercurius as sort of my test kit to see if I can work on some techniques here and there. Maybe I'm cooking, maybe I'm not cooking. See. Obviously, we're getting a lot of paint removed here and there. Let's go. Come on. Unclip this alligator clip and I'll just move it directly. Oh, I was going to get the gloves. I'll be right back, okay? Actually right back. I had them away from my room because they kind of reeked of paint and made sure I try to clean them a bit. I needed to actually wash them properly and see if that might actually do the trick. They are getting a little toll on them. I'm not getting like paint onto my fingers or something. Looks like I kind of got a little rough here. Top. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Might have to dampen the brightness. And let me know if that looks hard. This looks hard to see. It's just that way it doesn't look too bright to you. But I want to keep the lamp lit up for me. This manual camera is really good. It's helping me make adjustments well manually, and I like it that kind of personal finesse to be able to do that rather than mess with things digitally. Because I probably don't know what each of them stands for if I were to mess with it digitally, and I don't really have to um, move aside from my position at the desk to work on those camera adjustments because that takes a little bit too much time. Or it's just a lot of awkward shifting around. You got to also thank Mamba. He gave me a rather amazing gift. He got me. He sent over a model kit, and it's like the GAN, whatever the version of the GAN was from Seed Freedom. Forgot the actual name. I can show it off in a few. Just work on this for a little while longer. Unless you guys know what the name of the GAN is. Let me also work on something here. See if I can get this to look at me a little bit better because I'm not really looking at the camera for the mouth. With 2D VTubers, they don't really, depending on the rigging, I can actually get away with moving the camera all over the place because otherwise 3D actually does move me back, forth. I have to reset my position. Depending on the pressure I'm putting too. If I put it too rough, it's going to take off all the paint. It looks like it's getting closer to the pink color. We just have to, well, relayer it just a tad more. What do they say for the clean? Clean with water. Flip this on real quick. Right? Do a lot more. Need a lot more than that. I have to take an old toothbrush. Hey Tim, thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate you. Hope your day goes as smoothly as possible and that you're enjoying your time. Thank you for looking me. You are in good health too. Hmm. Put that aside temporarily. And we're going to pour some of this into this pan here. Gonna press down. Thin brush here. Wild Smoochum has appeared. See if I can start zooming in too. We are dried up on here. Here. Ink looks so much better now, right? Maybe a little sanding I really needed to do. This time, this is the one with the black background, I believe. And also, how are you doing, Stratus? How are you doing? So this one might be the one that has the black background. This time I sanded it a little bit using the new 10,000 polisher, 10,000 grit polisher filer. And then we're giving it another coat of pink, sort of doing it over to see if we can match this other pink that was only pink. So that way it doesn't look as like magenta. Doing well, just being me as usual. Nice. But here, I'm gonna have to buy this Gundam set if I want to keep up with this, because at this point I'm dripping a lot of ink to it. I don't want to make too much of a pile here. I'm also trying to streamline this. Can you actually see this focus? Oops. Now you can't, but now it should be nicer now, right? Gotta make sure I check this out. There we go. It is nicer, yeah. Nice. So you guys can get the finer details close as much as personal without me having to adjust or bring it up to your face, so to speak. The only problem here is like I make some mistakes here, like I got dipped into the black here. Hopefully that doesn't matter as much. It doesn't look like it will. That part might be actually no, it will matter. Got the line pan out some more. So I wonder if I have to like use things like a scriber for gutting out that part of pink, or we're gonna have to like use a toothpick or something. I think it's still turning violet now that I think. As I'm doing this, it looks like the when I first apply, it's going to be the pink I desire, but maybe after the curing, so to speak, not transforming the way I want to. That, or I'm just not giving enough time to dry. Right. Definitely getting closer, but I still seeing some faded parts. I don't know if you guys can see it either, based on that. Whoops, I'm tearing it off here. This part has a bit of a scrape somehow. Also not probably giving it enough time to cure here. Probably drying up as we speak. Ah, okay. So now it's got this unsavory look to it. Trying to patch it up, but looks a little bit weird. I'll have to come back to this and let it cure or something like that, right? Wild Yamask has appeared. We'll let this set aside for a second. Do I even need to paint this one anymore? It's got two darker splotches at the bottom here. Oh, oops. I'm gonna give it a whole new coat of paint here. Over my pink is seemingly already drying up, so this looks a little bit different now that I think. I wonder if it's because I working with dried up paint now and I'm painting over the paint. Nice. Now I just gotta let those cure, I guess. How's this side doing? It's got gobs of paint that didn't dry all that even now. Because you see splotches and it almost looks a little like crumbly. Texture kind of became cottage cheese, if you will. I almost want to flay it. This weekend, I'm gonna end up buying that scriber tool or something. Maybe I can get a toothpick and just kind of chip away at it. Because see here, I'm already spilling into here this crevice, and that's kind of very hard to get rid of already. I'm also gonna just scrape this paint off and just start flaying it again in hopes of streamlining the crumbles. Even though this is more of a fine tip here. Otherwise, we'll sand it down and frickin' it all again. Hi, Casa. How are you? I'm doing well, Emily. How are you? We have an incoming ad break in about a minute. You're doing good? Glad to hear it. This part isn't going to be so critical now that I think about it because it's going to be hidden, but uh, technique wise, it's like the principle. Make sure it's streamlined. And it already dried up, huh? This is where like paint bottles, I think, end up becoming more popular. Only problem is that how do you pour it out? You get pipettes or what? Enjoying the stream? Thank you. Hope everyone else is too. Floating along while I attempt to learn how to do this, really at least. Painting's fun, but sometimes there's a way to do better and right and knowing not to overdo things. I'm trying to draw from an exhausted pink paint now. This rate is already exhausted. I need to use more. Start a new pile, I suppose. Oops. Okay. Or I just buy this whole set again. You gotta sell this stuff like individually, right? For these kind of markers. I hope they do. You hope Twitch app will have an unfollower username search on the app soon. So I'm trying to find female streamer, English streamer for Life is Strange 2. She had a human face profile, blue background. I don't remember her username anymore. Unfortunately, because I followed stream back in 2018 and so many followers. Twitch app, you mean followed. In 2018, so you had so many followed on Twitch app back then. When my computer I downsized, so many followers, there was a lot, Casa. Gotcha. It could be also that maybe Twitch eventually sometimes forgets, which is not cool. But you always have to double check on your own. Maybe there's like a way to sort of download the list or something, or you might have to start taking manual notes if you want to remember who you followed, so in case something happened and it forgot who you followed. Because it's all cloud saved. It's not like your computer. Your computer doesn't have a memory for the followers list. It's all cloud based or internet based only. But it is weird. It is weird that sometimes it forgets who you followed, or maybe it decides, hey, you're not watching this person anymore, so we're just gonna unfollow it. Something. Okay, thank you, Casa. Yeah, it's not clear why you lose the follow, or maybe they lost their account, or something happened. You know. Hopefully this works and stuff. Feels like it's gonna take lots of surgical streaks here and there. There's a lot of streaks on the other side here. Stuff I missed, or maybe some more work or something. All right. I should have got a mask. Next time, if you do see the female streamer get on Twitch Live is strange too, type it in my multiple notes on my app phone, Samsung Galaxy S6 Lite. Casa? Gotcha. It also depends on what games they play. If they have already beaten or got through the story of Life is Strange 2 and they don't play it again because they already beat the game, then it's gonna be hard to find them on that. But if you know what kind of style of games they usually play, unless they're variety, which will be a little bit harder, then you don't want to look up Life is Strange 2 all the time because then sometimes once they have beaten the game, once they've beat the game, then they won't, be streaming it. So it's not usually a viable way to sort of rely on the category. All right, so I guess we're gonna set those aside for now and probably go back to building for a bit. I just ate mashed potatoes with egg a few minutes ago. Nice. Did you have Easter type of meal or anything Easter related? If you don't celebrate it, no worries. For me, it was just another day for now because the job I do doesn't really allow me to celebrate. There's a lot of time that goes into trying to, be in service of others, if you will. Still have KFC chicken wrap in the fridge if I feel hungry for tomorrow. Also. Nice. All right. At least have something. Alrighty then. So we were on step 3, I believe. We just have to get the PC parts, I believe, and start putting together the hand. PCA, I believe. Is over here. I haven't gotten them yet. Okay, PCA and then PCB. One of them at least. Get one of the PCBs here. Casa, question for you. Have you tried Sour Patch Kids gummy candy? Just curious to know. Yeah, I have. Not very often. I kind of had to cut back on candy, or at least I made a personal decision not to eat lots of candy because you could get in danger of getting diabetes or something like that. Too much of anything is never good. But I try not to snack on candy too much. So it's been a while since I had Sour Patch Kids, but if I do recall, they were very tasty. All right, here. Oh, I see. We can't put this together yet. Well, I guess we're gonna have to put this all back again in another baggie or something. The reason being is because this stuff has to dry first before we get to put it that. You haven't tried Sour Patch Kids yet? Gotcha. Well, if you don't like sour, then don't try it. I kind of like the sour tang, if you will, or I think it's a little tangy. Why is this the way it is? Like, why are you the way that you are? Why did this suddenly get louder? All right, how's our streaming? Hopefully, it's not too bad. I'm actually gonna put these away in here again because I realize we're not gonna be able to put that hand together. It depends on this part. So what we're gonna do is work on the other side. And I'm gonna have to get a separate baggie for that. Or we can even skip ahead and not do the other part, huh? I shouldn't work on step 4 that I think about it because I'll confuse myself. You're trying your best not to eat too much sweets, Casa? That's good, that's good. Because then you don't want to lose the ability to eat sweets at all. What is this? Part 5? What's part 5 for? It's a shiro joint jointo pod joint? Oh. I'm trying to figure out what's step 5 trying to say. Jointo pod. Pa joint pot? No, something. Then they have you making the shields here. And the body here. Oh. And the body's back mounts here for the shields to kind of act as a stand prop. Oh, you can even curve them after the fact. Are these? Oh, those are the back shoulder parts that we're assembling. Is that what's going on here? Okay. Yeah, that's what you're assembling. Okay, so we can work on step 5. So they're saying 43, 42. Okay. Or here they are. 43 and 42. This one's mostly just sanding. Using the regular glass filer, I guess from Razer, we can still make do with that. One of the parts aside. This one doesn't require any polishing, so we're just gonna use this to sand things down. Taking care not to do it across everything because it looks like right here we got a little divot there, so we don't want to sand over that part, make it level by accident. Enough to sort of streamline it. Hopefully, I'm applying the techniques I learned from Yaza when sitting in on his stream and asking him questions about it because he told me to swing by and ask him that I'm doing this better. It'll open up the brightness completely. Hopefully it doesn't blind you guys. Let me know if it's too bright. Looks a little bright, but not too bright. It seems like they're getting louder and louder. There we go. I'm gonna try something, even though it doesn't really need a fine polisher. Because this part will never really see the light of day per se, right? See all it's got these scratches and everything on it. Hmm. I don't know, guys. Hmm. I got to get used to those 10,000 things. I'll buy the other set after all. I just wasn't looking for it too much. Got to see what Yelza sent me. Maybe I like somehow clicked on a variant that was like a totally different set. Any ways? Let's see. There we go. There we go. Look at that. If I go back to this, does that ruin it and stuff? Because this is supposed to be 10,000 grit for the final polishers. Supposed to give it a more glossy finish. I think it's a little bit glossier finish, but I think the reason why I'm seeing cuts and stuff is because I haven't really done it across the entire thing. I'm kind of like warping the plastic a bit. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. There we go. I see why it's getting glossier. See that sheen and stuff like that? Oh, now we're getting the hang of it. Wrong thing here. I feel like I want to get a new balancer instead of using this soft 1000 here. Because we got all these other ones. Whoops. We got the 5,000, the 7,000, 3,000. So 3, 7. What happens if I do this? Huh? These are supposed to be like ultra precisions to finish things off. If I use the soft here, does that help with that? So these are the cheaper ones, right? Sorry, I keep lowering it. I gotta get closer. but kind of depolished it here. I was trying to get rid of the scratches here. Now let's see here, 3,000, 5,000. Let's start with the lowest here. Was it higher to lower or lower to higher? Now I'm like forgetting. I feel like I wore out my balancer. See 5,000. So it gets a little bit more shiny, huh? This is just to kind of help me understand the grits here once again. And using the balancers, finer stuff. I'm not sure if this is more sheen or less sheen. It's supposed to make it glossier here. All right, let's see here. You guys are still hearing me, right? I don't think I've demuted myself. Okay, good. Hopefully, it's still loud and clear. If it cuts out now and then, I'll try to project more. But let me know if I'm like cutting out. I want to make sure I catch that so I can get used to doing better. Because sometimes it cuts out. It sounds incomprehensible watching back on the VOD, and it's like people have to kind of strain their ears to figure out what I'm saying. Asa, Aura, how you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, let's just inject all the steroids we can.
Good to see you. How are you? Guys, check out Aura. He's so nice. One of the best people I've ever met, and pleasure of becoming a precious friend. Definitely check out his streams. He was playing the Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. I think one of the newer Prince of Persia games, was it? And interesting style. I'm not used to sort of like seeing what looks like a Metroidvania-esque perspective of Prince of Persia. I'm used to the more like third-person style. Yeah, it is. It's hard. Yeah, it looks really hard. I'm not very good at games like that. And now I'm just doing some polishing here. You can see here how nice it looks now. Amazing, huh? Only problem is I'm still getting used to this steel series, steady series. Supposed to be up to 10,000 grit, right? But I guess you have to really get into it. So it kind of like these are my ultra precision um sanders for like getting up to like sheen and shine. I guess I'll have to get some higher grits as well. 3,000, 5,000, 7,000. These are meant to be like after you've done all the hard sanding, because I got this one and then I think some other ones too. Soft 1,000. I don't know if this is supposed to be less than the other one. Whoops. As you can tell here, for the most part, was it here or here? Yeah, there you go. So this one I just clipped off, right? You can see that one's all scuffed and stuff because we only just clipped off the nib on that side. And then this side we sort of polished, and it looks rather smooth-ish. You can barely see the scratches now. Going to be picking up some new tools hopefully this coming Thursday. Ooh, what kind of tools are you getting? I'd love to know, because I'm always looking for better sets rather than just kind of relying on stuff in here and there. Because stuff like this razor, for example, this glass filer, and its other set and the balancer that came with it for its beginner set are kind of like the Elgato's of sanding and polishers, sanding sponges, because like they're very convenient, and but they're a little pricey, right? But with this steady one that you also got, did you get something like this, um, Aura? Did you get the ultra fine polishing files? Yeah. If you got something like this, I got the one that's like all 10,000 grit apparently. But if you got the one that Yowza uses, apparently this one is going to be so good for finishing. Like you still use the regular glass filer, then you come and follow up with these, I guess, if I understood correctly. And you don't have to use any in-betweeners or something like that. If I understood that correctly. I don't have a glass filer yet, so that's another thing. Gotcha. Yeah, because then there's like the best thing to do is using X-Acto knives as much as possible. Then you come and straighten up all those cuts you made that for the ugly nubs. Because the first glass filer is just to kind of wreck those nubs. So it's all like sanded to oblivion. It's all streamlined. Of course, damaging the surface of the plastic in the process. But that's where you come in with those polishers, or ideally the 10,000 grit. Jazz music for build Gunpla. Like this is not even Gundam anymore. This is just all like straight ahead jazz. Which is good. I like lounge jazz. Hope you guys like lounge jazz. Perfect Sunday afternoon. Right, so I think the nub is all sanded to oblivion. Now I'm gonna switch to the SETI, because this is supposed to be the replacement. So this 10,000 grit to steady, there's different styles for like how you want to approach it. So I guess I have to scrape everything. Oh, it's so reflective. It's just like, my eyes. A wild Hitmontop has appeared. Is that the baby, or is it just kind of a standalone? I forget if Hitmontop was the baby of Hitmonlee. Or was it Hitmonchamp? Or am I making stuff up at this point? Top is the third Evo. Top was the third Evo? What? Interesting. The downside. Hitmonlee was the kicker. It's Hitmonchamp, Hitmonchan. There we go. Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, and then Hitmontop. Tyrogue was the pre-Evo. Gotcha. Good luck on your catch. I feel like I'm missing an in-between. Thank you. Yeah. I really feel like I'm missing an in between here. Because while I'm making it glossy, I'm still damaging stuff or the scratches haven't been replaced. So let me think here. We use the soft 1000 here in place of the balancer. Trying to see if I can phase it out. Going back to the Al's old sanding sticks. So the sanding stick is supposed to like straighten things out, remove all the scratches, gives it a matte look. Of course, we'll just practice on this. There's no need to make this look so pretty. This is supposed to be part of the mounts that go on the backpack of the Mercurius to hold the shields. And in reality, I'm not sure if they even link this way in lore, but they have to do it for the model kit so that way it looks like they're, well, magnetized or levitating in the back of the Mercurius. Okay, so we got rid of the scratches for the most part. Let me see if I get back to the steady here. I'll put this away for a second because it's I want it to be streamlined here. Whoops. I hate when I do that. Break the lid and just stay stubborn in there and I end up tearing it off. You bend it in and then now it's just freaking staying in there. Whoops. Oh well. You kind of broke it, but whatever. Oh well. It was just kind of act as a place to keep them all. Congratulations on the Hitmon top catch. Or this is the supposed to be the flathead. That's the razor. Here's that. Sir. Oh yeah. So this is the one we smoothed out already. Here's why I chose this flathead here. Because maybe the point head was making things a little weird. Oh, it does look shinier. I don't know if I'm like, I have to be careful how I sand this. I'm just trying to see if I can keep at it. Definitely getting a lot shinier though. Kind of like probably working redundantly here. I'm going all over the place with the sponges because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm using the balancer again here in an effort to sheen it back up because I don't trust the 10,000 grit glass filer. Glass sponger, or should I say glass sander? Right. Okay. And we'll get the other half of it. Oops, I tore a hole in my gloves. I have to invest in new gloves too. Damn, how much costs go into these things, guys? I even got a new mouse too because it's apparently double clicking. Is anybody a fan of Corsair? I am a big fan of Corsair's like fans, the cases. The case I got this time was not Corsair. I forget what it was called, but it's definitely not Corsair. I did get some IQ fans though, just so I could see the interior light up and see if there's anything wrong or not powering on. Point being is that this Corsair Scimitar mouse I have, I guess, has this kind of glitch or something, or the reader for the mouse wheel. It doesn't have a bottom for the mouse wheel, so it's not gunk on the bottom of the mouse wheel. But I guess the sensor is making it skip where you're trying to scroll down on the mouse wheel, it goes up instead, and I don't like that. It's causing problems for my gameplays. So I might as they showed like how to like unscrew it and like clean it out, but I thought like it's too much of a hassle. So I decided to get a red dragon instead because apparently it's working really well. Or you said right now using a pretty cheap wireless one, but he's charging more and more frequently. Gotcha. Oh, hopefully the battery wasn't worn out. In which case it's probably towards the end of its life cycle, or it's been overcharged. I don't know. He said it's wireless, so eventually, if you don't unplug it right away after it's fully charged, then it teaches the battery to run out more. It's probably the cheapness in overcharging. Gotcha. Yeah. The life cycle of mice, man. If only they were cats. Can you imagine if like the name of the mouse changed forever? Like instead of a mouse, it's a cat or something like that. Because the cat would have like 9 lives. Get it? Versus the mice doesn't have a very long lifespan or something. I don't know. I don't know where I was cooking with that, but like you could tell like the difference between the longevity of a low end mouse and a high end mouse. Why is it called a mouse? I guess because of like how it scurries around when you drag it around, and mice scurry around, so hence the name of the peripheral being named as such. The first computers that were made didn't have a mouse. They only had a keyboard, I think. In fact, the very first computer had a bunch of like programmable buttons that you would input into a panel, and it wasn't necessarily like a separate peripheral as it was today. Oh, online it just has the physical resemblance to mice. Oh, so it's just because it's shaped like one. All right, so what I'm doing here, guys, there's a little blemish here that always plagues me. If I cut a nub too close, you can see it right there at the bottom here, and it bothers me. I don't know how to get there other than sanding the entire thing down to oblivion. Along with this causes the whole part to I guess sink a bit. I guess just have to check frequently here. Gosh, this kind of makes me miss a lot of the jazz festivals I used to go to with my family. There's not a lot around here, I guess, except for like maybe Monterey or San Jose. San Jose Jazz Festival is a lot of fun. If you ever had the chance to go, it's like what, $20 to enter in downtown San Jose. Get to see a bunch of nice acts. So good. Lots of food, plenty of performances. Really great. I like this style of jazz a lot more. Good amount of adrenaline for straight ahead jazz. This style is called like straight ahead jazz, not lounge jazz. Maybe it's not straight ahead jazz. Almost kind of Oh, it's my folks. Like I don't know my genres as well. So not to get too carried away, I gotta check here. Is the blemish still there? I think let's see if we can check with the soft 1000. Yeah, yeah, I think we got it. Let's go. So this causes a lot of madness to happen, and that made me panic early on, which is why I sought the help of the razor. I'm trying to or the razor's balancer, but I'm trying to avoid it this time. All right, so now we got the 10,000 grit steady thing, which should gloss things up. I'm not sure if this one's got a specific name. Oh, this song, you mean? Or this type of genre of jazz? Because it's the standard 4-on-4 beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, dun 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 dun. And that's tends to be the basic standard jazz you'll hear nowadays. Yes, you could say straight ahead jazz. You typically hear it in jazz clubs, I think. Like hard to like name a tune. I want to say Route 66 is like kind of the style. You know, like dum 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 to San Francisco to LA or something. I'm not saying it in the right cadence, but you know what I mean? Get your kicks on Route 66 or something. That kind of thing. The same style as that too. A lot of the things that typically advertise for this type of filer on Amazon, at least when I saw the pictures, is that you sand it with this, and then all of a sudden the part gets really glossy, and I want that glossy look. This part does not need to be glossy. It just goes on the backpack. But the point, it's not. That's the principle here. Is just try to see if we can get it to reduce a step here in all the sanding parts. Let's go. Woohoo! Applause. What do you guys think? Sorry to ask. You guys see it getting shinier here? The only trade off here is that I'm getting this part all scratched up on one side, but it's definitely getting shinier. Maybe because I'm not being even, or what's my problem here? All right. I guess I press harder. I want to kind of sand it all collectively. Then I lighten it up just to kind of get that more glossy look. Huh. That was a little lighter. Now it's kind of like Latin jazz, huh? That. For anyone who's watching the VOD, probably you'd be like, what the hell are you talking about, Casa? I'm kind of addressing this a little late, but it'll be complete silence on the VOD. These VODs are usually privated when they get uploaded to YouTube these days, because I'm hoping to splice in a completely different track that's copyright free. All right, ad break in progress for anyone who is not subbed, but those of you who are subbed, thank you so much for supporting the channel. You guys are really helping fund the next projects and stuff like that. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. Ads have to be 3 minutes long to get rid of pre-roll ads at all. So that's why there's a mandated 3-minute ad every hour on the hour. Or not on the hour, really. Just every hour. Every 60 minutes of stream, there will be a 3-minute ad. And anybody who comes into the stream will not get a pre-roll ad. So I don't know if anybody who comes in now will still get part of the ad. So it almost looks like it's a pre-roll, or they actually bypass the first ad that they jump into. You know what I mean? I don't know how it quite works. I have to kind of watch it as a not logged in person. See how it reacts. Just finished? Nice. What did you finish? I forgot what you were doing, Aura. I don't know if you were anything in particular. Picking up some new tools. Still out of it. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, an ad? Oh, the ad finished. Gotcha. Well, welcome back. I wonder if so that means, like, according to me, on my perspective, they say ad break ends in about a minute and a half, but you actually got through all your ads. Like, was it still 3 minutes for you? Right, so this and that and this here. What was a little glossy here. Got to get rid of the scratches somehow. I didn't check the timer at the start. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, we still have about a minute of ads for everyone else. But the fact that you got through yours, I wonder if it's individual based. Like every 60 minutes that a viewer watches. This style of saxophone kind of reminds me of a certain saxophonist. I think not Akira Tana, that's a drummer. Um Darn it, why am I forgetting him? He's kind of got this bright sound. I actually watched him at a jazz club in San Francisco, a place called Yoshi's. Um, there's also an Oakland place at Jack London Square, and that one has actual full-on Japanese restaurant for that one. The one in San Francisco is definitely more modern jazz club. You could definitely feel like you're at a really classy place, but it's not like a black tie event. It doesn't deny you entry for wearing casual clothes. It just feels nice. You know what I mean? Sit down, enjoy some karage while listening to jazz. That's great. Well, I'm just using the glossy end here, but it's not really getting rid of that. Yeah, buddy. Doesn't really look like it get rid of the shine at all. Gotta figure out. I guess this has got to be proper with the way you sand this using the steady. It's like, what am I doing wrong here? Hmm. I haven't really phased out the balancer at all, per se. Balancer is the scratchifier side, if you will. Does help in getting rid of the scratches while still not matting it out like the soft 1000 does. I have to look at different grits for the soft as well. Gotta be looking out. All right, sounds good, Aura. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. Right there, so it's getting rid of the scratches on the bouncer's gray side. And this is where I go to the glossy side. Hmm. I'll look up some videos to see if I can get this to understand my glass filer gloss 10,000 grit more. It could be that I need to do the incremental ones, and that one's supposed to be for last. I'm probably jumping too much in grit. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Thanks so much for hanging out so far again. Working on the nub on the other side and sanding that down to oblivion. Well, we could be using an X-Acto knife at this stage. Mostly just trying to work within the different filers here. A wild Behem has appeared. Behem? Behem? Whichever. Good luck on any catches if anyone wants to throw a Pokeball at that Pokemon. Definitely getting a lot shinier here. It's almost kind of like coastal jazz, huh? All right. Well, I'm definitely getting a desired gloss. Still no denying that I'm scratching this up quite a bit. You guys can see the nicks over here, but it's hardly seeable from the human eye. Guess the cameras can pick that out. This is definitely Latin jazz now. Not bossa nova per se, or is it? It is bossa nova. Sorry, like drumming on my part. Just to check the beat. I see. Maybe because it's at 10,000, it's so far up. A lot more matte looking now. Oh shoot. Are we losing frames a lot? Hello? Getting a little bit jumpy for you guys, isn't it? Frame looks healthy, but the drop frames, I don't know if it's because I was rocking the PC a bit. Hopefully that wasn't the case. I'm kind of keeping an eye on it, making sure I'm not bumping into the PC frame. There we go. It gets glossier and glossier as I get lower in grit. Yeah, that seems right. Uh, they're both in here, or did they get flipped over? No, okay, they are. So those two are in there. Let me see here. PCC and PCC again. According to this. Where was that PCC again? Now it's all like symphonic music or something. Not symphonic, but not jazz anymore. Just relaxing music. Here's C and C, two of these guys. Go. Wild X-Hughes appeared. That's how you get it to be gloss. Nice. I said do this twice, basically. And then 7,000, 5,000, 3,000. So I get it now, I think. I think I get it now. I was starting at the highest grit, and I need to work my way down. Gotcha, gotcha. Even though I should throw these little bits from the tree away. Oops. I kind of keep them in case maybe they might be used for something. I don't know. Right. Let's see. Even got this rougher one here. Right here. This rougher balancer. I don't know if one's smoother or this one feels rougher than, or are they both the same for this balancer? I haven't quite used it yet. We could try it today. Might as well, right? Experience is experience. Let's see which one the ideal distance here. Now let's reapply all the other lessons we did. What I just did probably was not the best choice here because it squeezes the plastic a bit. Probably should have came in with the X-Acto knife. Right. Now let's see. I'm in a little rough on purpose with this glass filer. Other side here. All right, there we go. So the nubs presumably annihilated. Side, except for this one, I still see it pronounced. Gotta keep going on this side. Make sure to hold on to that for dear life. So being a little more broad in how I sand this down. Like if I'm gonna sand the entire thing down, I better sand the entire thing down. Nub included, obviously. Try to be more surgical about these, but maybe I should just blanket it. So with that, let me try this other balancer, the rougher balancer. Almost like sandpaper. I don't know what kind of grit it is from gun primer. Definitely gives a matter look though. Getting rid of scratches. Not like a hard 5,000. I'm just picking an arbitrary number, but it's definitely a hard versus a soft here. Scratches are removed for the most part. Now we go remove the scratches from the other side. To, 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 to. R. Nice, nice. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Scratches are coming off. I don't know if this is rougher. Same. When you flip it upside down, I presume it's supposed to be a little nicer, but I don't know if it's just more or less the same. There's like a black one I had of this, and there was a white one, but I don't know what happened to that one. Placed it. All right, so let's put that hard one away. Now let's come in with this 10,000 filer. See if we screw it up again. Definitely getting that sheen. I feel like maybe I should have done this first. How do we keep that sheen? Without moving on to this. We need like different grits of the glass, these filers than steel filers. Steel filers? Hmm. Start it over again. What if I'm just working too hard? No, let's definitely look up the technique. I feel like I'm going back and forth with these. Definitely went backwards with the soft 1000, but soft 7000 didn't seem to mitigate the scratches all too well, or at least not completely. I'm at the soft ultra precision 7000 now. You see, getting a little nicer there. We try it on the other side too. Yeah, buddy. Start it over. Now moving on to the ultra precision 5000 sponge. Both sides. This gives it a progressively glossier look. Same with the other side here. Now moving on to the 3000 here. Beautiful, I guess. A little bit of scratching there, but it's not too important. Definitely, we'll have to work on it, my technique a little bit more. Got this other side. You can see here we got rid of the nub. Less. Now it's laden with scratches all over the place, but that doesn't matter because it's just the back part. I mean, with this, I'm keep trying to get used to this steady thing. See if it adds anything to it. I feel like with the way that I bought this, I still have to go use sanding sponges. But maybe this is like a step, the next step to the regular glass filer. However, with the amount of scratches it induces, I wonder if it's even worth this step. I guess I keep at it. He said, you also did say you have to definitely work harder, or at least work longer than I'm used to. More or less is what he said. I could definitely see if we keep at it. Eventually, we'll all scratch, smooth it out. I guess. Snow, how are you doing? You were playing Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 remix. Nice. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you too.
Suck me, please.
How was your Easter?
I mean,
Good. We're having a relaxing day today. Good to see you. Guys, if you haven't checked out Snow, she's awesome. She and her husband Grim um, are an awesome couple, and Snow will stream every now and then. Always fun and friendly to hang out with. Good time with the in-laws. Nice. They treating you well. You have good food. What kind of food did you eat if you had? Right now, I'm trying to get used to this new metal filer that's supposed to be up to 10,000 grit. Kind of destroying my own gloves in the process, though. Wow. Yeah, ham, sausage, egg salad, so much food. Nice. That sounds good. All good stuff. So now, let me see. Does this undo anything? The soft 1000, I feel like is a little too strong. This mats it back down. Come on, steady. Maybe it does give it an underlying sheen here. I don't know if you guys can tell. This feels a little worn out though. This balancer. Set you aside for a second. Here's my soft 1000 when you need it. Oh, it was in front of me. Right. How's Casa been? I've been good. Thank you for asking. Early shift today. Got myself some coffee this time. Decided to brew it this time. I'm gonna just brew coffee every time now if I start an early shift and I want to stream. Maybe that'll have to be. I won't be able to pull that off on night streams though, unless I'm sneaky. I'll have to like invest more out of my own pocket to see if I can get some instant coffee and then secretly brew it. It's like, oh, I'm just making some tea. My folks always worry about like health. Don't drink coffee at night. You won't be able to sleep. But I want to like watch streams and support my friends and whatever. Or like I can, but like when it comes to streaming, it takes a little bit more energy. I feel like it doesn't require too much more energy, but I guess when you're yapping, or I tend to be mostly quiet IRL. Like you notice, like as I'm standing away at this, not much talking, but when you're yapping or when you do talk, somehow it just takes a lot more out of you. And then after like 10 minutes, I am sleepy. Oh, hide a coffee pot in your room. Yo, that you're cooking. They would discover the coffee pot though, especially when I have to go and clean it out, right? Because like even if you could hide it in your room, right? Unless I have a sink back here. Actually, you know what? My folks are actually thinking of building an ADU in the back because we're like I got at least 3 acres of land. I was joking to like some other streamer friends, like, oh, streamer house. My folks would just stay in the main house, and then I would just get the little ADU in the back. It would have like a kitchenette, everything, nice streaming room, whatever. Just enough room for like for all my things. That'd be kind of nice. Of course, we haven't built it yet. Right now, we're remodeling a pool because the systems to filtrate it and everything looks like it got cracked and or something was eroding on the side for the filtration system for the pool when we bought this new home. We never even used the pool once because of the filtration system being broken. Now we're just gutting it all and installing a completely new system. Maybe filling in the pool a little bit because apparently what they wanted to be able to dive from the backyard tree into it using like one of those swinging tires. And I'm thinking like, ooh, that seems a little dangerous now because I'm afraid of like branches snapping and stuff like that. Even if it looks like a pretty sturdy branch, you know. And like one side is like obviously 3 feet, right? Standing, a typical adult standing pool level. And then the other side, somehow it goes really steep. Like it looks like at least 6 feet, 8 feet, no, 8 feet at least deep. Like, wow, that seems obscenely deep for a regular household pool. But what do I know? I don't know much about pools. We never had one before, at least not a personal one. I've always either gone to like a friend's house that had a pool, but never had a pool myself. So I'm kind of excited that once we get it used, and then we're building like a jacuzzi on one end too. The work contractors that have been working in renovating that part, doing that. course, it's not my money. It's my folks. They're doing their own thing. All I'm doing is just helping cut grocery costs for them. And, the occasional rent. I say rent, but I'm not really paying rent. I'm just contributing to like household utilities. Right, time to start with this ultra precision. I can't speak. English is hard. Uh, 7,000 here and start glossing it up. 3 acres? Dang. Yeah, I think it's 3 acres. Yeah, it's like it seems small to me, but I say 3 acres. Maybe it's like 1.5 actually. But it's definitely like a from like a top of a hill to the bottom of a hill kind of deal. I wish I could show pictures, but I don't want to dox myself. You know what I mean? Maybe I could show you. You're cool. But yeah, it's a good bit. So it's like you could have like a little mini picnic down there if you wanted to. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, back to the coffee pot thing that I was trying to get back to is that, like if I were to go clean it out, they're like, oh no, I was just, you know what? About that. Instead of a coffee pot, like the just add water. The whole point was just adding water. You know those water kettles that people would get for like apartments and stuff like that, or college dorms, which have you. All it does is just heat water, right? You just got to have in a corner of a room and stuff like that. Hi,
Trading
Kasa. Hi,
cards took me
Shana.
300 rounds to get my hands on. And finally, a birthday
Ooh,
song performance
I
performed
love these little
personally by
sketches.
yours truly.
I lurk curs at work. All right. Have a good lurk. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for
Happy
stopping on in,
birthday
Shana.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear traveler. Happy birthday to you.
That was cool. But yeah, guys, haven't checked out Shauna. She is wonderful and very sweet streamer. Yeah, she streams a variety of different games and does some art as well. Have fun. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping in. I hope the work goes as smoothly as possible. Thank you for the shout out. Of course. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, so the water kettles. I'll probably just rebuy a water kettle. Yeah, there we go. As I saying that as loudly as I can. Even my door is closed. They could probably hear me say that. And they're like, you're planning to have coffee at night. What I'll probably have to do, even though instant coffee is much weaker than, real coffee, unfortunately, instead of like a typical pour over, or maybe it has to be a pour over, I have to get some coffee filters or steal some coffee filters, my own saucer, and just pretend that I'm like washing it out or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking way too hard. It's like, just be honest, man. It might as well just be instant coffee, right? Because then you don't have to get a little pour over thing. I want to go pour over because it's a more proper coffee, right? Right. I think I've been cooking with this too long. Now moving on to the 5,000 here. After tonight, I'll just be chilling. We're cutting it close to put this together quickly, and then we'll raid out. I gotta get through all my dailies. Earlier, I was journaling about like struggling with keeping up my dailies. I actually missed out on 2 days worth of Girls Frontline 2 dailies at this point. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. Of course, I've been prioritizing Star Rail, making sure that gets done because it resets at midnight. And then I get Nikkei dailies done in the morning because they don't reset till like maybe 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Pacific, my time. So that always gets done last. And I just get that all done quickly before work because it's quick. But of course, the deadline for that reset before I leave for work is noon, but I'll be working more or less at that time. All right. Yeah, it's got bit scratches here and there, but it's whatever. Not a part that has to be smoothed out, but I'll definitely be more diligent about that going forward. Right. Okay, so now time to unfurl. Oops. Furl this a little bit more. So be careful not to let parts slide out. C and C, was it? I believe so. They don't seem to have a particular way. Whether one side has the indent and one side does not, or something like that. Or they both do. So it doesn't really seem to have a particular way to face them. So I'll do that. Then one faces upwards. Right. Come in with the other side real quick here. I was kind of doing a far zoom last time, but this time it's up close. Oops. Upside down. Better be careful here and make sure. The divot should be the same. Hope I did the other one right. Otherwise, I'll just pull it apart. Should be fairly okay. I got a part separator just in case I messed up. I'm pretty sure it was okay. All right, wonderful. I'll just kind of sand it over here. Excellent. All right. Goes away over there. Those put away as well. Clean up a little more in this. Right. Let's fix this zoom. We're ready for next week's journaling. I feel like I got the green somewhere. Oh, well, no matter. We got to clean these out, both of these, but we'll just kind of tuck them away for now so I don't lose the case from the thing. And we got the, oops, I almost put my gloves into the coffee mug. Ugh. Even if I did, a little bit of dust won't hurt, right, guys? Incoming ad break. Let's see, 6:56. We're cutting it real close here. Right. If I brush this regular razor glass, whatever. Then we'll put this other balancer away since we're not really using it anymore. We kind of wore it out anyways. What happened here? Okay. I think we switched radio stations a while ago. That's why it's no longer jazz. It's no longer Gundam Building playlist. We've already exceeded that hour. All right. All right, so that's it for now. Zooming out a bit for you guys. Thank you so much for coming by here. Go back and sit here. Go back here. Chat. There we are. Voila. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Let's see, ad break is going to be, oh, we can't snooze it. What the fudge? Okay. Matcha, how you doing? Let me get my gloves off. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well, Matcha. Are you in an ad? If you can't hear me, unless you came in just now, the ad kicked in, but if you can hear me, let me know. I will definitely, hello. I wonder if the thing is actually turned off. I could snooze the ad. I had to snooze it just now, is what I'm saying here. Alrighty, who is streaming right now? Load my own channel real quick. See, we got some retro. South of Midnight. Oh, South of Midnight. That was kind of a fun watch. Hope everything is all right on that front. Okay, Power Wash Simulator, No Man's Sky, Worlds of Honor. That seems kind of cool. Miniatures and Models. Carbon Dobbs is streaming. Yo. Well, I haven't. We should rotate back to Aura. Aura's obviously a good friend of mine. We haven't really. Oh, I guess I some tapped in. All right. Interesting. I guess as soon as I tune in, I must have alerted my presence to Halcyon stream. All right. All right, then. We're going to go say hello to. Let's see here. Aura, but before that, guys, please check out Matcha Glace. I love hanging out in her streams as well. She often streams a variety of games, one of them being Yakuza as well. Let me see if I can get a freaking thing going here. All right. All right. That should be good. Thank you for watching, guys. Let's copy the raid message here. That's for anyone and everyone. That's for everyone who is part of the penthouse. And we're going to go say hello to. Can't even hear myself think. Hold up. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm going to look at my schedule and try to update it faster. I've been kind of really slacking on that, but I'll do better this time. I know Discord is a little bit faster on that, so I tend to update that first. Please check Discord for a more accurate type slot. It looks like I'm off this Thursday and Friday, so I'll see you guys Thursday at the earliest around 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right? I'll catch you guys later. Be good to each other. Be kind. Say hello to one of the kindest people I've ever met, or Claude, because he's playing a company game. All right? Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Be good to each other. Thank you. Bye. Beto.
Cause I'm massive, our Twitch streamer. Always the greatest friend, never a dreamer. With a heart so pure, spreading joy each day. As a variety streamer, in every possible way. Feeling relaxed, vibe never ends. Join the community where happiness transcends. Together we love.